Hey gang, Steve with Guitar Center. We're at NAMM 2023. We're hanging out with Dan in the EHX booth. We're going to check out the Lizard Queen. How you doing, Dan?
Good, man. How are you?
Man, I am living the NAMM dream. We've been in here 18 minutes and it is loud.
It's already very loud, yes.
Let's get a little more loud with the Lizard Queen. Give us a little bit of the backstory on how this came about.
Yeah, so this pedal has a really cool story to it. Josh Scott from JHS Pedals teamed up with artist, graphic designer Daniel Danger, and they did a video on his show of a reimagining of what it would be like to create a pedal for Electro-Harmonix under Mike Matthews in the 1970s. And they went full out with everything, to the circuit, to the name, to the design, everything of how it would have been done like in the 70s working for EHX. And it came out really cool. It was received really well. People kept asking him like, oh, is this going to happen? So he sent the prototype to Mike. Mike liked the idea, and he goes, yeah, let's do it. Nice. And we kept it, very hush-hush, so no one really saw it coming. It was like out of left field when it dropped, and people are pretty stoked about it because it came out on Tuesday. So
like it's pretty groundbreaking for Mike to do a partnership with not Mike.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he's collaborated with anyone, and I'm pretty happy that it was JHS, man. Josh is a really cool guy. You can tell he's super passionate about this, and it came out well. I think there's no better company to do like the first collab for EHX with than JHS pedals.
That is really cool. So like in terms of technically what's going on inside the pedal, can you describe the circuit?
Yeah, so I'll do my best. Josh is the one who designed it, but I think it's an amalgamation of like 3 different vintagey kind of fuzzes, like a bass fuzz tone, I believe, a push me pull you octave, and a big muff tone stack. And do not quote me on that, but it's an original circuit. It's not a big muff, and you'll hear it. It's very unique. It's a spitty octave fuzz.
All right, so let's get into some sounds. Let's let's kick it off wherever you like.
Sure. So you can roll the octave down, right? We can do it with no octave, and it would just be a straight up fuzz. Which is cool. You can just have that kind of, you hear it's like gated, it wants to like kind of choke out. And then, you bring the octave in, and then it does the octave thing.
I can sweep the octave in for you if you want.
And also you have a balance knob, which is like a tone, right? It was fun. They labeled it Shadow and Sun in the same vein of like, the wacky names and the wacky labeling. So maybe not wacky, but like unique and different, right? Instead of just like bright and dark. So you can mess with that a little bit. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right, cool.
You may have to compensate the volume a bit when you bring the octave in and stuff.
All right, sweet. Right now about 3/4. Turning the balance here. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it rips. And that octave like cuts through all the time. So you're going to hear that.
Yeah, it's really cool. So we've also got here the Slapback Echo. Run us down a little bit about the background on how that came about again, and then a little bit about what's inside.
Yeah, so funny thing, this is the one we came out right before the Lizard Queen. Same thing, kind of like Josh made a fun video about the Slapback, and he did a little shout out to Mike. Mike, if you're watching this, please reissue the Slapback. And same thing, we listen and people ask for stuff, and this was one that I guess people wanted to see back. It was a fun old one. It's a nuts and bolts, just a slapback delay, and we're like, let's do it. So we dropped it.
Oh, and speaking of Mike,
yeah, hey, what's up, Mike? Rock and roll. So yeah, it's a reissue. This one has a gain knob, so you can quite literally just use it to push an amp. Like you can put the blend down. It's 20 dB of boost, so you got a blend where you blend in the actual slapback, and you have 3 times. So there's a 3-way toggle switch.
Yeah.
And I believe it's 450, 650, and 1,000 milliseconds for the slapback. So they're pretty quick.
Okay. Cool.
You know, we give that a little.
Let's go through the 3 different modes.
Okay. So let's see here.
That was one?
That's the longest one. Yeah. And this would be the shortest one here, down. Yeah.
Can you give me a single chop and we'll just hear from shortest to longest?
Let me kill some of the reverb there.
Shortest,
Yep.
middle, longest.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like the longest one. Yeah. And it's nice. I mean, you know how to think about it. You put it on the end of your board.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I do love playing with slapback. You know, just all the time to kind of thicken your note.
Yeah.
And then the 20 dB of boost.
Yeah, and the coolest thing about these is that they're both out right now.
They are, yes. They're both available for sale.
Nice. Gain is really awesome.
Yeah,
that's great.
sure.
And they both sound great, and they both sound great together. So let's hear a little bit of that to take us out. The new Lizard Queen and the Slapback Echo from Electro-Harmonix. Check them out at guitarcenter.com or try them out at your local GC.